we have speed.
Well, Kevin, it's a pleasure to get to meet you and talk with you. I remember you, of course, from Diner, but may I make a prediction?
Absolutely.
I think Footloose is going to be a tremendous hit. I don't see how it can lose.
Oh, thanks.
That's got to make you happy.
Yeah, that does make me happy. I just keeping my fingers crossed. You know, this is a very sort of anxious time for me now, this next week, waiting for it to come out and stuff. So it's nice to hear you say that, because maybe I'll get more than 2 hours sleep tonight.
When you went for the audition or the screen test of this, what were your feelings about it? Did you think, oh, well, it's just a test, or did you think, boy, I want this so bad?
Yeah, I wanted it. I really did want it. It was an exhausting screen test because I was doing a play at the time, and we had I went in on a Sunday night after the show, late until, I don't know, 12 o'clock. We were working on costumes and hair and stuff like that. And the next day I got up in the morning and we blocked it out for cameras and rehearsed for about 12 hours and got up on Tuesday and then shot for about 12 hours. So it was very, very tiring. I'd never done a screen test. I did one from Diner, but it wasn't as extensive as the one for Footloose. So I was charged when it came through. I was happy.
Were you aware, Kevin, at the time that Paramount didn't much think you could do it?
Yeah. So they weren't that wild about using me, and I felt like I really had to prove something to them, I guess, and that made me want it even more.
Now, in this movie, because everybody's going to ask, and primarily, I guess, because of the flap about Flashdance, did you do your own dances?
I did most of them. I did about 90% of the dancing. In the film, you know, there's a lot of gymnastic stunts, which I can't do, so I didn't do. I had doubles. I had 2 gymnastic doubles and 1 stunt dancer who did a few dance moves up to tricks such as aerial cartwheels, things like that I, couldn't do. But most of it's me, and most of it you can tell it's me because it's, it's my face and my feet, so you can't miss.
But you're not primarily a dancer, are you?
No, no. I just tried to learn as much as I could for this part, and trained, for about a month before the movie started shooting.
You said you were doing a play before, and that they did a lot of stuff with makeup and haircut and so forth. What were you looking like before you started looking this way?
Well, I was doing a play. It takes place in the 50s, so I had a DA, which is like
the
one of these things.
Thing.
Yeah, ducktail. Yeah, I had a permanent in my hair, so it was curly. So I had this thing, and went like that, and I had this big hump on my back. No, I'm kidding. I had that, and so they had to cut that part, DA's part, sort of off, and did makeup, and and then they came up with that stupid looking haircut.
I noticed last night after the screening that lots of young ladies were coming up to you for the autograph, and you were very gracious and all.
Yeah, they were all my cousins.
Well, it looked good to us. But no, I think, Kevin, that this really is going to cause an awareness among young women. So is this fine with you? Are you ready for this?
Well, it doesn't really, to be perfectly honest with you, it doesn't really excite me that much. I mean, I certainly like to be appreciated as an actor, and that's really what's important to me. I mean, I hope that people will enjoy the movie, and I hope that it does well. But I don't have any desires to be, idolized by young girls. It's not. I mean, it's very sweet and it's very flattering, but it's really not my life's goals.
Would you like to have the kind of stardom, though, that, say, John Travolta has?
I'd like to have my own kind of stardom. I think you have to make it. You can look at people and certainly respect their work and look at their careers. But I think it always has to come down to what's right for you. And what's right for John Travolta is not necessarily right for me. And to me, there are other things that are much more important than being a star, because although it's terrific and it's exciting, in day-to-day life, I think it means, you know, very little ultimately.
When you did Diner, when all of you did Diner, did you, at the time you were making it, think, boy, this has to catch on because we're having such a great time, we think it's great? Did you have that sort of a feeling?
I didn't think it was really going to catch on at all, no. I had a great time doing it, and we all thought this was really fun, but we didn't really know what kind of a movie we were making. You know, we thought it was all kind of like, you know, little scenes here and there. We didn't know how the whole thing would fit together, you know. It was, and we were all pretty surprised, I think, at how it turned out and how the response was, you know, so good for the film.
I'm thinking about the fact now Daniel Stern from Diner has gone on now to major films, and not from Diner, but Tom Cruise with his picture Risky Business, and Rob Lowe from Class and his Hotel New Hampshire coming out soon. Have you ever been up for any of the same roles those guys have been up for?
Absolutely, I'm sure we have. I know it's when you get to a certain point, you no longer see the actors at the auditions. I think what it is they send the scripts around, and I think they probably put together a list of their favorite, the young guy who's number one, and list. Now I know I'm way down there because the scripts I always get are torn up. You know, it's like things written all over them. I don't want this. I'm Timothy Hutton. You know, I mean, you know, I always get.
Now, seriously, has that ever happened?
No.
Okay.
Mine are very old, you know. But you don't really see the guy in the audition. You know what I mean? So I know that we've been offered the same things. A part that Danny Stern got, I was initially up for, and we did see each other at that audition. And
was that War Games?
No, it was a movie called Dancing.
Blue Thunder, excuse me.
It was a movie called I'm Dancing as Fast as I Can that eventually he got pretty much cut out of, which was unfortunate. I never saw the movie, but we were both up for it, and he got it. I didn't want it anyway. No, I did want it. He got it though. He had gone in right before me, and then I came in. And he had told him I was bad or something. I guess I don't know. No, he's a very
Your friend Danny.
He's a very good friend.
At work again.
He's a good guy.
But do you think that producers and directors up till now have seen you in a certain kind of role, maybe the angry young man or what?
Yeah, I think up to this point, they'd see me as more of like sort of a character actor, which is fine with me, except that's why I think it was a bit of a struggle to get them to convince them that I could do a movie like Footloose, where it's sort of like he's the central focus of it, and maybe this will open up doors in terms of other kinds of things. I mean, that's not to say I don't want to do character parts anymore, because that's really what I think are the most exciting. But I'm hoping that they can see me in a different light now.
Well, I'll tell you something, Kevin. I think that I just know this is going to be a big commercial success. And I think that probably a year from now, maybe you and I will meet again, and you will have some other kind of a wonderful motion picture.
Oh, I hope so.
And we'll talk about the time that you got all the scripts that were all beat up and everything.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kevin. It's really a pleasure talking with you.
Nice talking with you.
I enjoyed it.
The last one, you got to pull the stops out.